we already in the thing now. So
Right, yeah, I see.
yeah, so I didn't even bring, but look, everybody, it's the Black Horseman. Y'all know what it is. Yeah, all right, we're gonna go back to the gentleman there.
Yeah.
All right, we live. It went live pretty quick too. Usually it gives me a little bit of time there to get to where I need to be. But I mean, evidently everybody was waiting on us because we went live immediately.
Yeah, immediately.
Welcome everybody. You know, it's your boys, the Black Four Horsemen, back with another one this week, covering wrestling and all things that is wrestling in life.
Correct.
So got my boy Q in the building. What's going on, Q? How we doing this week?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm good. You know, it's I guess it was it this week? No, this is the second start of the second full week of school here in the South. I know if we got any people up north, they're like, y'all at school already? Yes, they started back school in August. I know back in the day you started after Labor Day, but yeah, no, these days. So the kids are back at school and back to extracurricular activities and stuff like that after school and homework and all this good stuff. So yeah.
Yep, it's going to just like it takes them some time to adjust. It takes us some time to adjust as well.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I didn't know people up north. They still out of school too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't. Well, unless that's just what I've heard from people, you know, other podcasts and YouTubers that I listen to. Yeah, they don't start back to school till after Labor Day. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Man, that's how it was back in the day.
Yeah.
Down there, but now everybody getting fall breaks and just because. And then
we had fall breaks when I was in school, not in like elementary and high school. I think college. I think was the first time I experienced a fall break. Now I think about it.
Yeah, that's when I did too. Are you guys having half day Wednesdays there now?
No, I don't know what they.
Yeah, we have that here.
Huh.
It's weird. So
like every Wednesday's a half day.
Every Wednesday.
Oh, wow.
They get out at 12:30.
Okay. Huh.
Yeah. So
that's different.
Weird. Yeah. Weird, but we've made the adjustment. We've been doing it for 3 years almost. So guess we gotta do what we gotta do. But nevertheless, people, we have some wrestling going on. Obviously, we're gonna start off with Smackdown. But before I get into that, don't forget to follow your boys, the Black Four Horsemen, on Twitter and Instagram. As you can see, the information and stuff is on the ticker down below. We are also on Spotify, so don't forget to check us out on there for the audio version. Mm-hmm. You can rap with us now on the with the live on YouTube and stuff like that. But if you on the move and you don't want to look and drive, just listen and drive. Pull us up on Spotify. That almost kind of rhymed. I didn't write that down. They kind of might have to keep that. That sounds pretty good. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and get into the happenings of WWE Smackdown, and
I mean the biggest thing was I know you're probably going to start in order of the matches, but the biggest thing was the fact that Jacob Fatu showed up with a boot on and still whooped Roman's ass. So I think that's how the show ended, man. So
I like how they kept that going.
Yeah.
Even with him running across the ring in that boot, that kind of, you looked at, if you looked at the when you was watching it as it happened at SummerSlam, that leg did hit that table.
He probably has like a
legit.
Yeah, he probably got like a deep bruise or something. I don't think anything's broken or torn or anything like that. But I think it's maybe like a deep bruise, and he's already the next day he had the boot on, so they could have him continuing the boot just for the sake of almost kayfabe almost. But I don't think he's as hurt as people may think he is.
Yeah, well, he's in the boot, and we finally got the much awaited confrontation between Jacob Fatu and Roman Reigns. And when he came in, obviously that kind of shifted the game there into the favor of the bloodline, as they pretty much took out Roman Reigns, even using his own shield.
I think that was on purpose. I think that the power bomb on the table, similar to the way the Shield used to do it.
Yeah. So I see another week of this beatdown. I don't know if he's going to be back, because I heard he was scheduled for last week, and then a week before that. So I don't know about this coming Friday on SmackDown if he's going to be there. Maybe we get Jimmy coming back or something like that. Something has to
Yeah,
kind of happen to keep this going.
I saw something about him not showing back up until September 13th, but I don't know how reliable that source was. It was just a screenshot saying that he's not making another appearance until September 13th, but he has to follow back up with this.
I
Got
believe that.
next week. He got it, so you
No,
believe he will be gone?
I believe that he is going to be out because usually they're usually on top of his dates and stuff like that. Because now that he's not the champ, I mean uh, he's still not uh, going to have that schedule where he's going to be on there every
Every
yeah
week or whatever,
yeah. So we shall see about that. Maybe because we still got some other people and stuff that supposedly signed that haven't,
yeah.
that we still
And
got that going and stuff as well.
yeah, you mentioned Jimmy. I can see now. I want this to happen the Bloodline won the tag titles, but they defending the titles. I want to say this Friday on SmackDown because they're not on the Bash in Berlin card. So is it? I don't know if it's so, but Bash in Berlin is next weekend. So either this Friday on SmackDown or the Friday right before the Bash in Berlin, they had to defend those tag titles against the Street Profits. The Bloodline does. So if Roman is off TV, I can see Jimmy popping up then and maybe causing them the match or interfering in that match somehow. Just give the Bloodline something to do until Roman does come back
Yeah,
again. So
I agree with you on that because you dipped into the Street Profits being the number one contender. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know what they're doing with that because I think they're going to probably give the titles to the Profits because they have nothing else for them right now. They're hot and cold on if Montez is going to be a singles person or if Montez is, he's going to stay with the Profits and they keep them as a tag team. I
yeah,
mean,
that's been
we can let that roll out. I mean, I'll give it another year, but until then, they gotta let Montez Ford fly, man. They gotta let him do his thing because I mean the people seem to be behind him a lot more too because after that match, that was a good match by the way.
yeah.
After that match, um, they had a pretty good pop from the crowd and stuff. I guess celebrating the fact that was a good match. And DIY they're known for putting on great quality matches and stuff like that. But then Street Profits hung with them, and they had some great spots in the match and stuff as well. So
Yeah.
I agree with what you're saying. Maybe Jimmy takes the trip to Berlin all the way over there to screw them out of those titles. Um, Again, like you said, who was that? Was it you that said that the name place was still
Yeah,
DIY?
I don't think I saw it this week. I didn't notice it, but yeah, last week the nameplates on the tag title still had DIY. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Very excited to see how this. I hope they defended that Bash in Berlin and not
well,
The Friday
there's
before.
the reason why is there because as of right now, and this has been consistent with all the international shows. There's only 5 matches declared right now. And for the international show, it's been 5. It was 5 in France. It was 5 in Puerto Rico last year. All these international cards have been 5 matches. There's 5 right now that doesn't include the tag titles. So that's why they thinking it may go down the SmackDown before, but they do have room to add that at 6 match if they decide to.
Right. Right. So it look like OG is
Yeah,
checking us out before he comes in. He's
he's in
saying
the
that
chat. Yeah,
he's saying they're probably fighting on SmackDown. So
yeah.
we'll see. Academia preschool. Okay, chiming in. OG.
That's
I
his
see it.
preschool. Yeah.
Yeah, I see it. I see it. Congratulations on that, brother. Keep doing big things. But yeah, no, if they fighting on SmackDown and stuff, maybe they could. Would the SmackDown be
So that's the thing.
there?
I don't know
Would
if
it
it's
be
gonna be
there?
over there
It
or
has to
here
be.
or
It
the
has
tape.
to be.
The only way we'll know is if they do it, if they tape it beforehand. Like if they tape it on like a Tuesday or Wednesday and they just show it Friday, then we know it's not gonna be live over there. But
Okay. All
so
right. So yeah, Roman got done in, and we'll see how this is going to continue to flow and keep that because um, I think was Bad Blood after that. Bad Blood is after that, right?
Yeah, we determined this last week. There is no pay per view or PLE in September. The next
Yeah,
one is October 5th. So yeah,
Bad
Bad
Blood.
Blood, which I
Okay.
think that's when again if Roman comes back September 13th or whenever, I think that's when you really start going toward Solo and Roman, and maybe that match happens at Bad Blood.
Yeah, because how they putting that on is like, uh, it has to be something like most matches and stuff. Roman probably. I think that may be a match that Roman gets involved because that is Bad Blood between that, and maybe we do get some more um, people introduced in this bloodline thing that way
Yeah,
during that.
yeah.
So, we shall see. Your girl, Nia Jax,
Oh yes,
got her court,
I've been
got her
asking
court.
for
Yeah,
this
yeah,
since
yeah.
she became queen of the ring. I need the crown. Now, granted, they didn't do the whole robe and scepter. I just needed the throne, and they did it right. They had the guys walk out with her on the throne. She had the crown
Technically,
on.
they rolled in that jump because I
Well,
didn't
they had
see
you know
they rolled.
in the past they would have them
They
up
had
here.
the shoulders and
They had
yeah,
her down here, but again, now it's a big girl, so I ain't saying they weak or anything, um, but yeah, that's the thing. But I just like the fact they had the issue, and they didn't come all the way down to the ring. They came like halfway, then they had a ramp for her to go walk down. But
yeah, yeah.
that
So
was the best part of the segment. What I did not like is how she reacted to Tiffany and Pretty Deadly. Because if I had the pen and I'm writing, this is the start of your court, of your stable as queen. You got your I guess your right hand sister next to you, your princess. You got pretty. They ain't doing no Pretty Deadly. They can be the people that can block anybody from trying to get to her security, whatever you want to call it. But they should did more with that.
they're sowing those seeds. They may be doing it a little bit too soon, talking about you should take the knee as well. I
Yeah,
think that was something that should have came a little bit later, but they're sowing this seed. We already
yeah,
know.
yeah,
We talked about this for months that she's going to cash in on Naya, and
yeah.
it's just a matter of time. Maybe she continues to push this thing to where, I'm like, well, maybe you're good. You don't have to bend the knee, but all these other, blah 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 blah.
Right. Everybody else need
And
to bend the
then
knee.
that's when,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. So who knows how that goes? But they're sowing that little seed to let us know that cash in is
Mhm.
that cash in is
I
coming.
believe that's one of the matches. If it's not on Bass Berlin, it's coming up soon because Mia Yim interfered in that coordination, I guess you can say, or that celebration. So now you got Mia and
Mia
Nia on
ride
the ring.
around. Mia ride around with that stick,
Or
man.
that kendo stick, yeah, everywhere
She
she
she she
go.
she rolling with that kendo stick everywhere she go. So wait a minute, is she Meechin still, or did they slick change her name back to Mia
They
Yee?
okay. So here's the thing. From what I see, it's interchangeable. They call her Me Chin. It's almost like a nickname. They call her Mia Chin. They call her Mia Yim. Matter of fact, I missed it, but they was on. I saw on Twitter. They're on Celebrity Family Feud tonight.
Oh, that's
The
coming
the
on
women the
tonight
women versus the men. Yeah, and
with
she goes by Me Chin on the show on Family Feud. But and this was also taped a couple months ago because Bobby Lashley
yeah, I
is
was
on
gonna
the other
say
on the
old
team. Yeah,
Bobby, poor
yeah.
Bobby on that thing celebrating like he with the
Right.
WWE, and
You know that royalty check though, so I'm sure you got like an appearance check or something for it. So
hey, you gotta do what you gotta do what you gotta do. Y'all see me looking down and stuff like that, y'all. I'm checking my Braves. They're playing the Phillies. Huge rivalry game in the division, and we're down by a few games. We're up in the game 2-1, but if I'm looking away, I am checking out my Braves as they take on the Phillies. The good guys are up to the one bottom of the eighth. So maybe we can get some insurance here and close this out the next inning. All right. So the best of I'm thinking may see a best of seven with Andrade and Mello. What you think?
yeah, it's going there.
Because
If
it's
it's
2-0, and I just don't think this. And obviously, at the end of the match, we know that it's not because they scrapped for another 5 minutes after the match.
right.
I don't think this is over with. Nobody ends in a three when it's 2-1
Two
and
is
then just
serious.
go on. So no, I think they're gonna just go ahead and extend that and make that as a best of 7 thing coming back down, uh, coming back down the line or whatever.
Okay, I can
So
see that.
I mean, and I've been intrigued. They didn't have some pretty good matches and stuff. They're not pushing it on us and making us look. And it's like, hey, it's a we're going to get people to like this as they go along. They have had good spots in all 3 matches so far.
Mm-hmm.
I've been impressed, and I think and it builds both.
Yeah,
You
it does.
know, if they continue this way, I think that Melo probably gets this next one as well. And then they're just going to be like, hey, we're just going to maybe they even do 5. I don't know.
Yeah.
Deuce, and then they go. I don't know. I've seen was it AEW that did that one time? It was like a best of 7 match. It was something I watched where they literally had 7
Seven matches.
matches.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, it was Kenny Omega and somebody. I want to say he had the best out of 7 like match. The last time WWE did it, they don't think they were calling it the best out of 7. Maybe they were, but I remember Sheamus and Cesaro doing something similar. And they ended up putting them together as a tag team.
Yeah,
That's how we created the bar.
yeah, gotcha.
We
So
are the bar.
yeah, remember those? What's his name now? Cesaro's name
Uh,
now?
Claudio,
Claudio
yeah,
something. Claudio
which I actually think is
Cast.
his real name or similar to his real name, Claudio Castagnoli.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah. So shout out to old Claudio over there in
yeah.
AEW, doing his thing and stuff as well. Was there anything else that happened on there that we saw Cody and KO.
Yeah.
I don't think that's really worth really talking
Now
about as much.
you're going to have a what's the word I'm trying to use, a friendly mesh back and forth. Cody will win. Now I don't. Kevin Owens don't need to turn anything, but he's not going to be happy after the match. Maybe he just kind of distanced himself from Cody a little bit. May not shake his hand afterwards, but he's not going full heel. He just may have a little attitude. I can see something like that happening after the
Yeah,
match.
basically, probably on the fact that I told you guys I didn't deserve this. I'm on any, and yeah, that kind of takes exactly what I was about to say here. He might go to this might send him to a place where he's questioning himself,
Mm-hmm.
and from here build him up to some kind of singles title run, doing something. Maybe he goes over, and to Raw. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Later on down the line, I think what happens here is going to take him into a spot where it builds this new KO up, and eventually he'll get a shot at a title and win again, because it's been too long since he had that.
Yeah,
Uh, Obviously, Triple H had something to do with it too, so it wasn't just him just doing it. Triple
yeah,
H had something to do with that one. But yeah, I agree with Corey on that. I think he may go dark, and I think that he may start. This path is going to send him on
yeah.
somewhere to build himself back up into the title picture and get another shot and win the World Heavyweight Championship. So, yeah, I think that was pretty good. This SmackDown was decent this week. It was, it was entertaining. It was something to watch,
Mm-hmm.
giving us stuff to watch out for in the coming weeks on as they head into bashing Berlin. All right.
Yeah,
Um, Real quick, as we always do every week, I want to give a shout out to my guy Aaron over at Creative Graphics, and you know, wore my stuff. I think I wore my stuff last week.
mm-hmm.
Wore some stuff during the week as I've been doing my my gig over with my business and everything. And I'm always making sure I'm showing love to him no matter what I'm doing, to try to get more people to purchase some gear from him. Like I said, good quality t-shirts, good fabrics, good slogans. Very, very, very good stuff here that I believe in, and I want you guys to believe in. Check out the line down there, www.creativegraphics.com. That's how you spell it. That's how you log on, and that is how you order. order some stuff there and get ready for hoodie season there. You see, we got some hoodies and sweatshirts and stuff come October. That's one thing I am going to miss about back down south is those fall seasons and whatnot. And so get your hoodie, get all this stuff, man, and show some support to a black owned business there. Let's get into. Go ahead.
Real quick, only because you mentioned it as far as the fall and the seasons down here. So for those that don't know, you're in Arizona.
Yes.
My question is, again, all I know about Arizona is what I see on TV. Breaking Bad. Like how far are you from the desert? Like if you walk out, is there like pyramids and sand everywhere you go?
Oh my God, this dude said pyramids. No, it's not pyramids. It is there are some spots and stuff where it just looks like really dry. Dang, you guys struck out with the bases loaded, bro. But we did bring in a run. All right, cool. I'm trying to see if I can find one. I have a picture and stuff that I took of some of the terrain and stuff. Let me see if I can move this to the side. I probably may not be able to pull it up, but I mean, you got mountains and stuff in the background. It looks kind of dry. You have your homes, like when we get on our expressway or whatever, there are areas where you just see nothing but field and dirt and cacti and stuff all over the place.
And I mentioned Breaking Bad, but I want to say Breaking Bad was in Nevada, I think.
That was in Nevada. But that terrain that you saw on there, yes, that is here.
Okay.
It is here. So still love it though, man. Just it's great. It's hot as hell right now. But I'm getting through it. This is my fourth summer their third summer going through it, and I'm good because the air is good in the house and the air is good in the car.
Oh man, well, I was like, again, I told you before we jumped on late because I was at my son's baseball practice. But when by the time practice was over, walking to the car, it was like a breeze. Like I felt like a cold breeze come through. I think the high today was like 86 here in Memphis, but it was probably when I got in the car, I think it was around like 68. So it's starting to get cool at night.
Oh, hoodie season. It's time to get I think after this month we'll be, because we was at my temperature in the car was at 106 today.
Yeah.
But like come September, October, man, that's when we move, that we can see, okay, this is where we moved here weather-wise, because from September to April, beautiful weather, man. So Raw, we had some decent stuff that happened on Raw this week. And let me see, the Terror Twins got finally. They've been looking strong these last couple of weeks, but they got this week.
I would say I'll give WWE credit. I think this is the first time I heard them on TV actually call them the Terror Twins.
Sure did.
So I know the internet has been calling them that, but the fact that they mentioned that Michael Cole actually said it as they was walking out from the back toward the ring, that they were the Terror Twins. So yeah.
We'll see how they go. Yeah, so everybody kind of knew. I knew something was happening because Dominic, he knew. Damian knew that was going to be we all knew that was going to be a trap, and it started off instantly. I don't even think did the match even start. I don't think the match. The match never started, because after he kicked everybody ass outside the ring, Dominic was in the ring, but Rhea came up right behind him.
Yeah.
And that sent off the fight, and she was about to put him through the table or the announcer's table, but then Liv came out and evened up.
And that's a match we're gonna get at Bash of Berlin, which I think, and we're not doing predictions yet, but I think that's when Finn Balor I think is gonna get involved and cause the Terror Twins to lose that match, or at least cause Damon to get distracted. Because what I want to see, because again, they're not doing anything with this person I'm about to mention, is that if Damien's attention now is on Finn Balor, Rhea still wants to get her revenge on Dom and Liv. Rhea needs a partner. I think that's when they bring in Jey Uso to help Rhea, even if it's a one-time thing, to kind of help her with Dom and Liv once Damien focuses more on Finn Balor.
You heard them calling. They were calling it because there was
Was that yeet?
they were yeet yeet yeet
Yeah.
yeet. Jay. When they was doing the beatdown or whatever, and I was like, no, it's too soon.
Well, yeah.
It's gonna come. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen soon because again, that's going to insert Jay into this tag team pitch because he's been saying with Sammy that he wants to go after the titles
Oh
again.
yeah.
This is his way into this whole thing by sticking his nose into this Judgment Day deal or whatever with Rhea and stuff like that. So I think that's their end to get that title shot. But people were calling for it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But
Well, Rhea did an interview. They had this WWE has partnered up with Fanatics. So they had this little thing over weekend. I saw a lot of pictures on the internet. This is where they were giving out those titles to all those people. I don't know if you saw that. So like they gave like a Tennessee title to Peyton Manning, the Tennessee Ball title. But they in an interview they asked Rhea who's her favorite wrestler right now at WWE. They said besides Damian Priest, who's your favorite, and all she said was Yeet. So
she went back to the Yeet. Okay.
So she acknowledging him as well. So that.
So she didn't go on back to Yeet. Adam Duvall. No, that's Loriano. Okay, 2 down. Man, those belts, dog. We're gonna take up, man, because like I saw.
Now here's the thing. I saw a Tennessee one. They're not gonna give. They're not. I mean, outside of maybe when the season starts, maybe they give Job one. Like who's gonna get the Memphis Grizzlies one? We need to. I'm finna go on order me one and put that jump right back here.
Oh my god, bro! So I was telling him I need $2,500. Yo, hey, if you watch this or whatever, and y'all want to donate, I want 4 of them.
Yeah, because you need a Braves
one. 4. I got Braves, Falcons, the Grizzlies, Oregon. Yeah, that's 4. Yeah, I need 4. I need 4. I need 4 of them, dog. Like and that's not even starting on the 2 wrestling belts, the actual WWF one with Wing Eagle and then the big gold. Those are so we need to get this thing popping. So we need to go ahead and get some sponsors and stuff so we get some money. I can selfishly get my stuff.
Yeah. Y'all spread the word so we can get some of these YouTube, some of this YouTube money, so we can buy.
Get some of this YouTube money so he can have his belt in the back. I can have my stuff. I'm surprised you ain't get the Cowboys done.
I mean, I'm gonna have to look at it and see because I think I saw one with the Cowboys maybe last year. I didn't really like the way it looked, but I'm gonna look at it and see. You said something about belts, and I will. I want to get, if not the big goal, a WWE Championship belt. But a belt that I've always loved, and sometimes it gets a little hate, but the white Intercontinental title that Cody Rhodes had his first time when he was dashing Cody Rhodes. I want that title. I just like the white with the silver plates. So yeah, so that's on the list too. I might get the big gold first, but I'm gonna eventually get that white Intercontinental title as well. So
yeah, I gotta get the big gold and I got to get the Wing Eagle one. And I already told my son, I was like, if I'm going to WrestleMania, I'm splurging. Like I might come home. I'm coming home with a belt if I don't have one.
I'm calling the credit card before I even go out of town. Look, bro, I'm gonna be in Vegas this weekend, so if you see a lot of charges, that's me.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm just let it be known now. If I get my tickets and stuff, I'm splurging. I might come back with a title. From WrestleMania anyway. Shout out to those new college belts, man. Hopefully they'll get University of Memphis football team one. University of Memphis a belt because I think that'll be with it being, Memphis being, almost like the wrestling belt, like Bible belt, but wrestling belt of the world or whatever. They, I think people would support that. Gunther beat down Randy Orton with the help of Ludwig Kaiser. I thought that Giovanni Devine, because he did come back on SmackDown. You saw his vignette.
That's what I was saying. They're keeping them separate because they're on Raw now, and they've changed his whole character. Which actually, so when Imperium first got called up to NXT, Giovanni didn't come with them. Get called up to the main roster. Giovanni didn't come with him. He was still in NXT. That same character that he's doing now, he was doing in NXT for a short period of time. It's almost like the rich Italian dude. That's kind of the new gimmick he had. So,
man, is he Italian or Hispanic?
He's Italian.
Okay, I was like,
that's what the Giovanni eventually.
Okay, because it sounded like he was speaking Spanish, but
I think that was it. Hold on, Italian. They speak Italian Yes,
Mhm.
they're either from Italy. They speak Italian. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
So
so
I wanted to say,
yeah, whatever works.
I wanted to say, what was the? I was another language I was thinking about. I don't know. Anyway, but
Yeah,
yeah. So he's
doesn't matter.
Italian.
But
Yeah,
so
he's
he's
Italian.
Italian, so I'm
Mhm.
interested seeing where he is going to jump in the picture once he gets started and who he's going to come after on SmackDown.
Yeah. Well, with
'Cause
that
they
character, I would imagine he's gonna be a heel. So think of some baby faces that he can feud with first.
I'm sorry, I need to go back and get my receipt from Lu on Luvico, man. No, I gotta get
Yeah.
that. You gotta get that receipt first before you come over here with the other bullshit.
Yeah.
I need for you to
Maybe
come
they
in.
save it. So I think when they on, whenever outside of Bass Berlin, whenever the next PLE is, which would be Bad Blood, all the rosters gonna be in the same building. So maybe by that time he's debuted on the roster, he has some momentum behind him, and maybe he gets his receipt then. So maybe even if it's backstage, just walk through the hallway. Hey, remember me? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like something.
I need that. I need that. I need that interaction. So, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, Randy Orton gets beat down. I think that's going to be a pretty good. I still think that's going to be a pretty good match. No, we know that Gunther's going to win. I just want to make sure that, like we always say, good quality match.
Yeah.
You know, we already know the outcome. Interested in seeing where that takes Randy after this match because I don't see any get backs or rematches and stuff after that. I'm interested
No.
in seeing when he goes back to SmackDown what's going to be next for Randy Orton after that. So the New Day crockpot breakup, slow cooking breakup
Yeah. Well, at least I
continues
will say
to.
that I do credit them for finally Xavier Woods finally saying something outside of just looking afterwards and looking, confused and a little mad. He actually said, "Hey man, I wish you would have said something to me about it. Looks like you're trying to replace Big E. What's up?" So I'm glad they at least tried to explain it. I mean, but then immediately, like 2 seconds later, when Odyssey comes in and hugs Xavier Woods, he like, "Oh, get off me!" So he had that shock look like, "Get off me!" type thing. So we'll see.
Yeah, but again though, like we said, what would be the swerve would be if it's Kofi
Mhm.
that been listening
Is the
to.
one, yeah,
Yeah, that's been
carrying
listening to carrying
carrying
and stuff. I
Groundswell.
don't know if they'll do that, but that would be a good swerve. But now that he has addressed it and said what he said about it, I wonder what's going to be the moment that it actually snaps.
Mhm.
I wonder what that moment is going to be because he's not finna get up on Odyssey Jones. That's just the
No,
L
no, no,
waiting
no,
to
no,
happen.
no.
That's not finna happen.
So
It's going to
yeah,
be against Kofi, but I wonder what is the thing that's going to finally get this thing to snap and cause this breakup.
I don't know. Maybe he. I was, I'm all kind of ideas in my head. I said, what if Odyssey Jones just as wild as he is backstage, jumping up and down, what if he accidentally knocks a pitcher over with three and it cracks right where Big E is? The picture, picture frame crack, and now Xavier Woods just goes off like so. Anyway, that's
Yeah.
something that literally just came to my head. But I wanted
No,
to.
what if he just gonna make him a member of the New Day without saying something? I think that's when this shit gonna hit
Yeah,
the fan.
yeah,
That's when it's
maybe,
gonna hit the
maybe.
fan. So I don't know. I'm interested in seeing
Uh,
not only the breakup. I'm interested in seeing how everybody's going to respond to it,
mhm.
and I want to see what kind of match it's going to be. But I also long game want to see where that's going to take Xavier Wood because I think Kofi is already set, to me.
Yeah,
Um, but Wood still got stuff to prove to me, not to me, but I mean, in my
yeah. No,
opinion,
he
he
does.
has something to
He has
he
something to
has
prove. Yeah,
something to prove, and I wonder how high he can go, with this solo
solo run.
Lone Star run with him by himself. So
I'm curious to see what happens. So I mentioned last week about everything by paying attention to everything. There was another social media clip. I guess it's I guess right after Raw went out the air, or maybe after their match. So you see Karrion Cross in the hallway. He's real frustrated about the New Day and pacing back and forth. And Scarlett, his valet, his wife, basically says you're putting too much focus in this. You're like, let me handle it. So I don't know what she's gonna do to cause some more tension within the New Day. But I think there is some kind of plan for her to kind of get involved somehow.
She said, "Let me handle." I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's on that WWE's like website, social media thing. It's like the Instagram or Twitter page.
I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to check that out and see because it's just one of those like exclusive background things.
Backgrounds. Yeah, well, all those behind the scene
Hmm.
interviews and stuff. Yeah. So I don't know what she got cooking up.
What was this last week or the end of this week?
This is the end of Raw tonight. Yeah, last night. I might have to pull up Twitter and see. I saw it just scrolling through Twitter, and I didn't even watch the whole video. But I know she said something about let me handle it.
Okay.
And look at thing. And I will say this. And if you ever watched the Brad Pitt movie Troy, I remember watching that movie when it came out, and I said then, since the beginning of time, wars have started over a woman. Men have fallen over women because in that movie, whatever I forget the name of the war, whatever this big war was, is because the king's wife was sneaking off and sleeping with I don't know if it was actually the Troy character, I can't remember, or someone from his land, and because the king found out about it, he basically destroyed the whole country over this one dude sleeping with his wife. So, but I was just saying, you just take a woman to plant some kind of seed within a New Day, it can cause the whole thing to break up. So that's why I said if she
I
does
wonder
something,
what would she do though? Because
it won't be anything romantic, I don't think. But I think even if it's just a whisper or something, or a rumor start or something like that, that could.
It could. That could be. That could be the straw that break the camel back right there. That could be that moment to get us to snap. I see it right here. I'm gonna play it when I get done or whatever. I don't want no copyright thing and them taking my views and stuff away from that. So I checked that out a little bit later, but I did find it. The number one contender for the Intercontinental Tournament Championship, and looks like they're going to have a little tourney. Yeah, and I saw something. And maybe I'm maybe reaching on this, but they still showing Ricochet for some reason. Now, I don't know, and Ricochet hasn't joined AEW yet. It was supposed to be how everybody was talking about this shit was imminent.
The next day, yeah, he's supposed to be
that shit imminent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and he haven't done it yet. So I'm wondering. I'm like, hey,
and WWE's never played. In WWE's eyes, he's out on injury from what Braun Breaker did, so he can come back with no problem. They don't have to explain anything. Like, oh yeah, Ricochet's back.
But I mean, it's gonna take him. He's gonna come back to lose though. So I'm just is he gonna come back to get his receipt and then do something else, or is he gonna come back and
no?
So
if he comes back, he would have to sign a new deal, and I would imagine in that negotiations, he would have to say something. Look, I need to win the IC title in the next couple months or something to get him to come back. I don't know. Maybe you get now. You always got to think about what if. Maybe you get Samantha Irvin involved somehow, because now what people don't realize is when Samantha went down the road to WWE, she actually tried out to be a wrestler, but then she found out she'd rather do the announcing. And they found out she had a voice and she could sing and all that kind of stuff. But she actually tried out as a wrestler.
Really?
Yeah. I think she had an interview. I think it was Chris Van Vliet's interview where she talked about being part of the Performance Center and trying out. And then she didn't make the cut. But then when they found out, because again, they always talk about what other talents do you have. And they knew she could sing, they knew she could play an instrument, and they tried her out at a commentator, at announcing.
Okay. Well, maybe she do get it. I just don't see. I don't know how Braun will get after her for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah. Maybe it'll be because you injured my, but she's been professional, like saying his name and everything and stuff like that. I don't know how that would go, but that could be an angle.
The only reference you have is her running off when Ricochet got hurt and going back. Right. So you see that interaction. Right. So even if people didn't know that they were together, they know they got some kind of relationship. So
maybe also Jey Uso threw his name in the ring. Maybe that is the next
opponent. Oh yeah, for the Intercontinental.
Maybe that is the next number one contender. But man, that's another L because Braun just got it. Like I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. Ilya probably be the one that probably win it because he took him out without actually beating him.
Yeah.
So we're trying to see who's going to be the next contender. to take on Braun, and hopefully have a put on a good match. Because if we don't think the title is coming off of him for a nice little minute. Was there anything else, man, cool that happened in Raw?
We getting a leather strap match at
Yes,
Bash of
thank you. I didn't
Berlin.
put that. Yeah. And I called that already. I could tell the way
Yeah,
the beat
when
down.
he pulled out the belt.
Yeah, when he pulled out the belt last week, I was like, yeah, this got leather strap match all over it. So now, and they're doing the rule, the old school rules where you got to
hit the
touch.
ring post. Yeah,
You got to touch each post, each corner.
Yeah, each corner.
To win the match. So I'm digging it. That's got that old school vibe to it. So I'm cool with it, man. So round 2 of Punk McIntyre, and I think this is going to go to Punk. And then we're going to round 3, because I said this was a trilogy. After this loss to Punk, McIntyre is not going to be able to take it. He's not going to walk away from that. And so now we have the trilogy, and I think that's
maybe you get a cage match or some type of street fight at Bad Blood. That maybe that'd be the third and final one. So
third and final one, and that's going to introduce Punk and Seth Rollins. Whatever happens with that, that's where we going next with that. So pretty deep, dope episode. Some good matches and stuff, by the way. Yeah. We didn't talk about the women's tag titles. I didn't feel like I need to, because Fire and Dawn.
Now it's like, was a fatal 4 or triple threat?
Triple threat with Damage Control. And
we keep calling them the Stud Stable. They got a name now. Your name? Can you remember the name to even say it? Something Fusion Collective.
Yeah,
what's the first?
Fusion.
Is it PLC?
Pure Fusion
Collective, which does not roll off the tongue.
It does not.
You are forced to have to think before you say that name.
It's terrible.
And that's a terrible name. And now again, I love when WWE does this. They even Michael Cole was like, say that 5 times fast. It's like it's hard to,
because it's not working. Everybody likes the Stud Stable. Yeah. So that wraps up our commentary on Raw, and I was able to find a little something for our debate of the day today. Something that quick, fast, and us whatever we can kind of get through or whatever.
Just because I thought about it, because Pat McAfee actually said it. He said, because Pure Fusion Collective. He said PFC. Not to be confused with KFC. They start talking about the KFC commercial. but last day, since I mentioned him, this was Pat McAfee's last show.
Yeah.
All season, yeah. So he won't be back until January. So.
He won't be back until after college football, and I'm interested in who they're going to probably.
I think this is when that Joe Tessitore guy comes in.
There we go. I totally forgot about that. So, shout out to Pat McAfee as he goes on to. We'll see him on Saturday, because I'll be getting up watching game day.
Oh yeah,
that's a tradition. I got a chance to go to one when it was in Memphis. So dope.
Oh yeah, I was there too. Yeah,
a lot of standing.
I convinced the homegirl of mine from college that to go out there. We was out there like 5:30 in the morning out in Beale Street before it started coming. But yeah, that was nice.
Me and my son was out there braving the weather, and it was fun though. It was an experience. I was glad that's something off my checklist. So shout out to Pat McAfee. So debate of the day. Q, if you had a female wrestler that you could pick that has the most, which of these wrestlers, had the most potential has the most potential if given a chance? It looked like we got Dakota there. We got Kairi Sane. We got Shotzi, and then we got Candice LeRae. So my question to you, brother, which one would you pick to push if they get the right chance to? Which one you got?
Okay. And then again, this is no offense to in the ladies here. The only one that I don't again, my own personal opinion, I do not see it with Dakota Kai. I don't know what the hype is about. That's just me. Of those 4, and I know how you feel about Dakota Kai, but what I saw Kairi Sane do in NXT and what I've seen previously from her Japanese matches and stuff, I think her problem is the language barrier. If she spoke English as the first language, she would be up there with, and I would compare her to people similar size as her. She would be up there with her Mercedes Monets and all the kind of stuff because she's very slim and skinny her person. But so she's the one I would go with because the other two, Shotzi, I even though I heard the Shotzi Blackheart name is very big on indies, I did not know that. I didn't hear about Shotzi since she got to WWE.
Love me some Shotzi too.
Right. And so, and of course, Candice LeRae was very good in NXT. I actually prefer her as a heel. The whole Poison Pixie thing, I actually enjoyed for that brief time in NXT. But of those four, I would go with Kairi Sane.
Okay.
I'll let you, and you can have the floor. Well, I yield my time, as they say.
Well, I'm gonna go the opposite way of what you're saying because Kairi Sane, I still don't see it. I was mad she won the title that time when she did because I think that was that Shayna? She took it off Shayna, wasn't it? Who did she beat
in NXT?
in NXT? She beat somebody. I don't know if it came in from a tournament or whatnot, but I didn't really too much care for her winning at the end. I didn't see it. No disrespect.
It was the insane. It was the elbow.
Yeah, the elbow drop is sick.
Yeah,
I just don't see it with her. Candice LeRae, Shotzi. I like Shotzi. You know, her health is the thing that's kind of stopping her, whatever. And it looks like she was getting a little bit of a push until she got hurt. I like Shotzi, so I wouldn't mind pushing her. But yeah, I'm going Dakota Kai, man. I am.
I know you were.
I'm going Dakota Kai. You know, that's my girl. She's good in the ring. She's decent on the mic.
Now,
her body is just failing her.
Yeah, that's true.
Already, them knees are terrible. I really, really, really hate it for her. If I had to do it, you already know. It's not shot. I mean, it's Dakota for me. It's Dakota.
Now I did like Dakota when she turned heel in NXT. That time she doing the Survivor Series, the War Games match, and she turned on the team. I did like her then because she was like they kept trying to push her out of the group, and they ended up bringing somebody else. I forget who it was to basically replace her.
I remember team. Who it was. I forgot who it was.
She was like, "How y'all gonna just jump over?"
Was it Tegan? It may have been Tegan Knox. It may have been. And Tegan back there collecting the check. We don't know what she's doing too.
Same thing. Her same issue. Her body, her knees is not keeping up with it or not helping her out. So
shout out to Tegan Knox, man. We know you back there.
But one thing I recently found out about Dakota Kai, she actually has a Samoan heritage, so she's in that same little group. She probably on the same Samoan island that Samoa Joe is on because he's separate from the Usos and the bloodline and everything. And he's like the one Samoan that's not related to anybody else. but I jokingly say I actually think her and Nia Jax are actually related in somehow.
Dakota,
yes. So Dakota has some Samoan heritage. I mean, it's probably very little, but she's somewhere in the family tree, probably a very distant branch. But I know she's on the tree with Nia and Tamina and stuff. So
okay, interesting fun fact of the day to close out this debate of the day. Always our historian Q always bringing up facts. And he told us a few episodes ago, so Ruka got some black in her too, and it's not the way we think, people. So that concludes, man, the show today, man. A nice little, quick, brief, show that kind of gets, trying to cover some of the the high points and stuff of wrestling and stuff. Now, don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube. Hit the notification bell to let everybody know that lets everybody know when we go live, so you can come in. Shout out to everybody who joined us online today that was viewing us and commenting on today. Don't forget also that we are on Spotify. This episode will be available on audio to if you want to hear these made for radio and TV voices. We got you set up on Spotify as well. Without that being said, man, I think we're about to wrap this thing up. We appreciate the 4 horsemen. back with another one this week, and we'll be back with another one next week. Tell your friends about us. Tell your spouse, everybody about the Black Horseman. Man, let's get this Twitter money up because we got belts to get. We got to get some. We got WWE belts and stuff that we need to get, and we need that YouTube money. So man,
yeah,
like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. See you later, man.